Welcome to CathyDSlaught's website and for the SRC4u Zoom call for February 25th, 2021. To access Cathy's Zoom call, we are going to click here and remember this passcode. We are going to allow. Type in the passcode and join. And we'll wait for our host to open the room. She'll be with us momentarily. He has opened her room. We're going to join without video. We're going to join with computer audio.
So it's 10 o'clock, so I'll get started here. Here's where we left off yesterday. And you see we did get in here and clear. But we ended off with the wood element, which is liver gallbladder. So let's clear all that. And I want to show you also, I said in reference to the sustenance balancer, the types of things that came up yesterday. And this gets done every day. We'll see if we have time today in the call to do it. But usually it happens later. But you can go ahead and do your scan and look at some of the things. Now, again, this will vary. I do it for the group. But if you do it for yourself, it's even more powerful because you can see what you might need to take in the way of supplements. But these are some things that I found, like look at that, remove obstacles that make lucky permanently, cell repairing phytochemicals, and maybe we'll do this today live and you can see, look at that, nourish brain cells, some real special things. This disable chemical delivery systems has been coming up on a very regular basis, and what you can actually do is go into the sustenance balancer and put it in twice, and then when you copy the whole list and put it in, that's 3 times, which is in accordance with the 369. And this one I really got a kick out of. Vaporize interdimensional infiltration of reality belief systems. And here we are again with that small intestine enzyme to clean out goo. We're asking for that quite a bit. And then I love this one. This was the last one for yesterday. Dissolve the systems of consciousness that have enslaved mankind. So what's happening is as I do this work, a lot of times, you check to see if you want this information through any of the Pro Tools. And when we seem to want them through a Pro Tool, then I scan to see where we are with that. And very often we want it in the sustenance balancer. See if we want to include anybody else in our work. Yeah, so we're going to, any crystals that you have are getting a little balancing also. And in that the body, some say, is a crystal, that could be interesting. And you can see after that powerful clearing yesterday with the dispenser, we don't need any clearing today. Our body has it pretty well handled. So what I want to do today is a little something different. I have on the website that Sophia Code class, and that's about sovereignty. And the first time I heard this woman speak, it was a YouTube, and I made a protocol from it because what she said was so powerful. And for today, we're going to do that cocktail. We'll do it with defined options so we can see any stress related to it for us as a group. And Kevin thinks that the cocktails are a lot more powerful when we run it through the defined options and get the numbers. Well, let's see how we look. So you see we have abide in source light, we're good there. Activate all chakras, good there. Activate psychic abilities, the divine genome, the divine within me, divine will. So far we're good on all this. Hey, here's one, break free. So that we talked about yesterday, the ego is going to do its best to keep us confined. So we're ready to break free. Download the new earth paradigm into the collective, where that's below 1,000 for us. Heart-centered service in alignment with mission. Instant miracles, that doesn't sound too bad. Neutralize 440 hertz, which according to her is a non-beneficial frequency coming our way. Transmute victim programming to 528 hertz. Visible to those willing to build the new world with me. This is the type of thing she talks about. Blessings to everything unfolding around me. And that one, we actually want the dispenser, so we're going to do that in a minute. We're also going to have it in our P4. Bring more divine love to the collective in the QiGong. Supercharger, download the new earth paradigm in the collective. So you get the, wait a minute, no, I beg your pardon. That's not one we want that way. Aligned with divine will, that's the prayer warrior. And neutralize 440 hertz again. So let's go ahead, I'm going to copy that. And it's in its entirety in our let's just quickly get our Pro Tools. And those will be at the end. Here we go. You see, you've got your list right here, Pro Tools. Let's see what we want. Invisible to agents of darkness. Pro Tools are the recharger. think I have that one in there. Yeah. Agents of darkness could include, chemtrails, etc. We don't know. Not focused on it, but if it comes up, we'll run it. Blessings to everything unfolding around me through the dispenser. Well, since that seemed to be productive yesterday with the flower essences, let's go in again with that. But meanwhile, when we put this blessings, we see stress, the spleen. That's at this point are major areas that would block that. And let's go up to the flower essences. Okay, we're asking to be protected and centered. We pretty much got that going. This low self-esteem thing, again, we're dealing with a group here. We're very programmed. We come in, maybe this is why we love babies and puppies and all these newborns, because they're love. They are totally love. And then as time passes, the fear gets programmed in. It could be that's what we're working with here. So we see that ties into the large intestine and also the pericardium. And the pericardium apparently has a lot to do with relationships. Higher guidance, we're asking for. Chakra amplification. Puts us in touch with angels, uplifting, and enables us to gain access. This is all positive. This is an interesting one. Lack of interest in personal circumstances. And then apathy and resignation, does not seek improvement. Let's clear that if we can. Okay, so we see our life force. And you could go ahead, for example, seeing that stress related to the life force, go in. We've got a cocktail for that. Apathy, resignation. You see there again our nutrition. mind, body, spirit exhaustion. That opens us up. Curse, what it looks like really the more you study this stuff, is what's programmed into us from our ancestors. And it just seems reasonable that if you are exhausted, your voltage goes down, and that may activate some of that. Mental brain fatigue. And a factor here might be, they say that at least 90% of us are walking around in a serious state of dehydration. You see here the fatty acids. That's another thing they say, about 99% of us are deficient in fatty acids, and fatty acids are actually more effective than Prozac, they say. Let's just put anxiety in here. Just 1 hour, not 20 today. And here 30 minutes with 6 repeats. Aligned with divine will, prayer warrior. I'm going to pull up a fresh one because I think I've got names people can see in the old ones. Okay, I don't have that one in here. Let's look in. I thought I did. May have to add that one later. I can't get to everything I need to get to in with the Zoom going, but I'll make us a cocktail for that from the Healing Grabbable. I'm sure that's where I got the idea. Meanwhile, let's just pick one since we're in here. Tell me what looks good, if any of you can unmute yourself. We got a bunch of them. There's alignment with higher self, always in the right place at the right time, all kinds of things. Anybody see anything they'd like?
Align with your higher self is always good.
All right, let's do it.
Of course, abundance is always good too.
Which one?
Abundance is always good too.
You got that right. And also, how about attract good?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. What you want to do when you get into that alignment, you're going to have these coincidences just for the heck of it. Let's just see what happens this weekend. And since 3 is a significant number according to what they say about Tesla,
right,
let's pick one more. Anybody see anything?
Child of God prayer.
All right, there you go. So let's see where we are. 19 hours. And we can also click right there, and that'll just keep running over the weekend. guide others to sovereignty, and that's the dispenser. I'll do that one a little bit later. We got so much dispenser going. I will tell you, though, that when you do this stuff, you sure do see a lot of requests for the dispenser. So that's, again, what we're going into next week is a little bit deeper ideas on nutrition and some things we might have to do in addition to what we've been taught. We may even have been taught a lot of things that aren't accurate. And then finally, this came up again, this neutralized 440 hertz. That's a 0. So let's just go into the Pro Tools with that one. And, as you know, do your little right click here and you'll get sometimes more, may not let me do it here. All right. Let's just watch it. This will give you some interesting information. But it is extremely subtle. And it's funny, this morning while I did the other work on the other computer, I finally got that. I did multitask and finished the creation frequency book. And you can see my focus is a little off. So this multitasking thing we might have to look into more also. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so we actually want to mediate this. We want to, and so let's just go in. There's many ways you can do this. I have found the most effective mediator is to mediate with your own self, because we're the ones creating it. Neutralize, we're G, we're a pro, here we're a con. And then over the next day or so, I'll take it down. Sometimes this takes a number of days. We have such resistance. Good here on a level of 10, we resonate with accomplishing this, and we'll go all the way down. And then quickly, let's just do the sustenance balancer while we're together. All things that will be consumed today, looks like, and then also all food that will be eaten today. You can put both of those in. Hips, which could be moving forward. Kidneys, brave, hands, elbows, interesting. Balance that.
Yeah, that marijuana, the governor's office is really trying to fight it.
Yeah.
Really? And I haven't been keeping up at all because of all this other. So what's going on with that? What's happening?
Oh, sorry. Our governor of South Dakota, we passed the marijuana, medical and recreational, but she's fighting it. She's putting bills up so that we can't do it and all that stuff.
Really? She's been pretty good up to this point, hasn't she?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know personally, and I test these books when they come out to speak, and this one was like a 100% benefit to read, and I still haven't done it. I don't know the answers on all this either. I do have a couple of clients that seem to be getting hooked on that stuff, though.
Well, we had a gal here in town that she had fibromyalgia, and she tried to bring a bill last year to get at least medical okayed, and it never passed, and she actually passed away before it was passed in November.
Well, let me just show you. Yeah, this is the notes I'm trying to work with for the next post in the Energy Visionaries to write some intention statements, and this is a lot of what they're wanting to take from us. I don't know exactly who they is, but our self-healing, and we talked about the 10 steps to genocide, and it might be physical, but I'm thinking more like genocide of the mind. But the first step we've already covered, which was classification. That's where you classify certain groups, like those who are into natural healing, those who want medical freedom, those who want to be self-sufficient and have maybe their own form of dairy, et cetera, That's the first one. And then the second one is where target groups are made to stand out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But one example would be you either wear a mask or you don't. And you're a target group if you're not wearing your mask. So these are all things we see. That's a shame about what happened to her. And I think we all have to work together to change that. And we do have that potential if the key realize we're all connected. So here's our real quickly our sustenance balancer request. I love this one. Reboot the whole system. How can you go wrong with that? And what I've been doing is putting it in twice, and then that way when you scan the whole list, that's your 3 times. And this flash, I don't know. That comes up all the time, this flash arrest. It comes up for everyone.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm going to give it a closer look right now. I don't remember if it's a product. Yeah, it's a product. So
It must be, huh?
Yeah, Google it. And what I do personally, because we all have so much already invested, is this is not going to be effective for the group, obviously, but for a person, just go in here and put and I know this is subtle, but it's some information you can use. It might be all we need is the image. So see, in my opinion, at least as a group, now you could go in here, for example, let me just do this. You don't have to open a whole new panel. Nope, see, I don't want it at all. So that you can really, instead of taking, so a lot of these things make us more toxic, as we all here know. Let's Let's see what else. Okay, the fruit of the Spirit is displayed in my life.
That's what's nice about working with the frequencies. You can send them out, and if a body needs it, it'll take it. If it doesn't, it won't take it.
Right.
That's exactly right. Remove obstacles and make lucky permanently. What can it hurt?
Right.
Release karmic debt. You know, actually, I'll go back and add these again. I got sidetracked, but you want to add them twice, and then you put your third in, so I'll do that. But meanwhile, you see, let's go down here quickly. I still want to show you what comes up overall on add stuff. Armed against the enemy's schemes, the power of God works powerfully in my life. So I'll go back and finish this because it's not going to give you any more information than this once we click it. Let's go instead here to the, we've got this information in here. And again, that good old wonder click. And this way, as you know, anything else we need is going to be covered. Are you all familiar with these 11 ghost points?
Mm-mm.
This
No.
this is dark energy that tries to enter through the spine.
Hmm.
And I did a post on it. It's been a couple years back. And the information on it's also in the manual in the back in the glossary. And Grandmaster David has worked over the years on a lot of chiropractors. It appears that when they do the popping, sometimes that energy enters into their system.
Hmm.
So it's interesting to think about. Okay, we're asking for some mineral stress management. You can get an idea. It's all very subtle.
That's interesting about the 11 ghost points because I'm constantly running the SRC on me, and that's what comes up.
And that's what comes up. Yeah. Okay. So see, you've got some good information there, and if you keep running this, it will stop coming up because you'll be balancing. But you could also go in and put in some cocktails for the spine, for example. And this is an interesting. Communism is like prohibition. It's a good idea, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And we're still working at this moment in time. Let's look at trauma. Let's go ahead and change all negative behavior, increase my focus, and change self-awareness. Oh, no, hopefully I won't forget to go back to the Gong. Let's just look in here and see if we have any charges in reference to trauma. Yeah, there's a trauma right block. Let's do that. Again, you don't have to do this, but sometimes 5 minutes is too long. It's just like the supercharger. We always run it for 24 hours. Sometimes that's too long, like taking too many prescription pills. So we just want 1 minute here. Let's take it. And that's it for today.
That's a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The SRC4u Zoom call has ended. Thank you for attending. We look forward to seeing you on the next SRC4u Zoom call with CathyDSlaght. Till then, take care and be well.